even know where to start. Remember the Strategic Defense Initiative back in 1983?
Well, somebody was just talking about it. We were just talking about that the other night. So, no, keep going.
Okay, well, in 1983, there was all kinds of news articles about Planet X that was coming in, and they knew it. They built the Project Lucifer, which is a high-powered infrared telescope. I think it was in Utah, and it's super secret. The Vatican's been watching this thing from the South Pole. They spotted it. It's coming in from the Orion constellation. It was even on Google Earth. And then they suddenly hushed the whole thing up. All that money from the SDI was to build and to hide the entire Planet X system that's coming in. In a nutshell, it's a mini solar system. We have a fast-moving planet around a slow-moving sun, and the chemtrails basically main purpose is to hide this system coming in. It's coming in as from the ecliptic plane. That's why we can't see the sun. They chemtrail the sun in the morning, they chemtrail in the evening. That's the best times for viewing this thing. I have personally seen and felt this Planet X with my own two eyes. And and there is an article in that video that I have that people were saying that they had lawn furniture that was burning, suddenly burning. And then they had these experts come out saying the same thing. They showed X beaming on this window, and it burned a trampoline and their lawn furniture. And then you know what their lame explanation was? That the sun heated up the window and made it flex in the shape of a magnifying glass, and that's how it melted. But my point is, then why was it suddenly? Why didn't it burn it as soon as the sun came up the first season? You know, that furniture's been there forever. And the glass doesn't expand in the form of a magnifying glass. And MB3's been catching the same thing too, how it's burned if you're under this beam of intense focus light, just like a magnifying glass, that's why there's a lens in front of it. That's why we see those X's.
So I just want to let people know I did have to end it, and then I came back on the stream, which, by the way, it really sucks if you're going live, because now there's 2 streams that people are going to have to watch. It's been happening every night because of like a 2 o'clock something, I don't know. Right at 3 a.m. it cut off. But this is Jeff P., everyone. I just found him now with you guys, and I didn't realize this was Jeff P. People talked about Jeff P. This is him. He's got as many subscribers as I do on this channel. He does a lot of videos. He's got a lot of good work out there. And he is now talking about the sun simulator and all of this weird video. So if you would, because we were off, I'm going to restart the video. Can you just explain that first part real quick about the first video we played?
Oh, the guy that's walking with...
Yeah.
The guy that from the United Kingdom, he's been following me for a couple of years. I've been explaining the sun simulator and the pattern that they had and why we get that strange X that's appearing all over the planet. So in that video, this guy, if you play it at real speed, you can see the reflection of... So he walks along and starts seeing something strange. You know, you don't take videos of something unless something's strange. Like, hey, why are there X's on this camera? So you can even see the channel that I use, give him all the credit, show that Jeff B is right. This guy's from England. And then a little later in the video, he actually thought he was being attacked by ghosts. And you saw like these wispy things that wisp in front of it. When I first played the video, I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because I understood that there was a spinning hyperbolic thing about 3 feet in diameter in front of this light generator called the sun simulator. It's in a heliosynchronous orbit around the Earth. It's a sun. It's always in front of the sun. Now this thing's been there, and they've been building this thing since 1983. It is modular. They build it just like they built the space station. Now in this, it is an altitude. I've seen him work on it from the space station, so that puts it at an altitude of 256 miles in the air. It's got a series of lenses in front of it. That's to help hide the very simulator itself. That's how we can still see the sun. Now, the sun simulator does not create heat. It only creates light. Of course, because of its lens, you will feel the intense burning feeling of this heat. Now, I've captured everything MB3 is catching on this. At one point in the video, I slow down. You could see the spiraling disc a little later in the video if you slow it down. And I know there's many, many questions, but those are some of the big ones that get hit on this. And right there, I think I showed in another video, I explain the Sun simulator in a patent, and I show that the NASA patent. And in the NASA patent, they put the Sun simulator in a test chamber to test the Sun simulator. Now, no people have been tracking with me, say, oh, that's just to test the Sun. No, it's actually the patent is testing. The patent that I show is the one for testing the Sun simulator, because you don't put something like this in space unless you test it first. Right, that's the one. Did you see that? Yeah, and if you keep watching, he's right in that narrow beam of light, right there. Yes, that's your smoking gun. I wish I would have slowed that down, but that's the original footage right there. Now, if you go to the one with the X that's traveling across the sea cliff, which I caught several times, it just happens to be traveling along the sea cliff. I think we're watching at the same time here.
It's delayed 20 seconds, but I just keep replaying over it because it's just weird footage, and then right. the reflection was spinning too.
Yes. See, that's because I explained this in one of my latest Sun simulator patent I called predictive programming, and it really breaks it down of what that spinning disk, according to the patents, would even look like. It's these hyperbolic. It's a series of blades, reflective blades, that are spinning on an axis, and as it spins, it forms a hyperbolic paraboloidal shape. The Sun, the light gets trapped inside this hyperbolic shape and leaks out the two sides, and that's why we see those two beams of light coming out of the Sun. I'm so glad we got through, man. I'm trying to cry out to everybody to see the same thing. And you can actually stop the Giant X, and you will see it. The camera that I got this off of, you can actually search it on YouTube. It gets archived there, but the funny thing is they stopped archiving it after November 14th. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, of course.
YouTube video, the YouTube site I caught that X on was Walk Space Highlands Space and Islands Ltd. And that's where they archive this Scottish footage. Now, from these two cameras, we could even see, from the sea-facing camera at the same beach, we're seeing other bizarre stuff where the Sun simulator is basically unmasking itself in a series of lenses.
Is this a time? It's obviously a time lapse, right?
Yes, that's time lapse. There's your X. Yeah, look at that. And remember, that's out at sea. There's nothing. That's actually coming down. And you could watch it hitting at different arcs on different time-lapse days. One day it passed above the house, and another day it passes. That's coming from the Sun. I mean, just if you follow the entire time-lapse, you can go to the, you know what, I'll copy and paste the, see if I can copy and paste that in. Yeah, it's November 13th, Pedicure Beach time-lapse. I'm going to post that into the chat room, and if anybody wants to type that into it's not a link, but you just have to put that into the search engine in the chat room, and you will see.
So, Jeff, I would love to, you earn my respect. If you're a YouTuber, obviously you've been doing this long enough that you understand what I go through and what any other YouTuber goes through, and I'm sure you have your own trolls too. But I'd just like to reach out to you, like you. I would like to contact you. I'll if you can. I will. I'm not going to say your number, but is this your number? I can text you from my real number, and then just go from there.
Yeah, sounds great. Because I have a lot of things to talk about, all kinds of stuff.
No, I would love to have you as a guest on my show.
There's so much stuff that we could talk about. I just wanted to talk about the hottest topic possible. So that was, and even this AI stuff, the smart dust. There's something people need to know about that as well. Like, for example, with 5% of the population has really bad, they're missing certain vitamins and minerals, and they have underpour health, get drastically affected by the chemtrails that they're breathing in. These chemtrails, this is connected to 5G, so this is where it gets interesting. So they breathe in these chemtrails, and they have these, what they call morgellons. They're very microscopic. You can have to see it under 480 times magnification to see these tiny little hairs. You can see them falling out of the sky with ultraviolet light sometimes. Well, they'll get inside their body, and they'll replicate themselves and form, here you go, crystals. Now, anybody who studies crystals, that's how they communicate to the AI system, because crystals will actually, if you put pressure on it, it changes shape, and if you give it electricity, it changes shape, and if you change its shape, it gives off electricity. This is like the receive-transmit technology, and it has to be in a hexagonal shape, depending on how the crystal was cut or grown. And the thickness of the crystals is the exact match of the millimeter or the nanometer waves of the 5G network, and that's the frequency they talk. So maybe it's a little bit of digressing there, but that's the kind of stuff we could talk about.
Well, I don't mind, Jeff. I would love to have you. I would love to work with you and talk with you off air too. I can't believe some people have said Jeff P, and I was just thinking, it's your name and your initial. There's so many people that just go by the regular name. I didn't realize that you were also the Jeff P that does the sun simulator stuff. Of course, Naughty Beaver at least used to watch my show a lot, and then other people that have talked about this subject watch the show. But yeah, no, I've seen your videos, and I didn't realize that was you.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got through and we could do a lot of work on this. So I really appreciate your help. Because,
well, yeah, I would like your help as far as
you're the one that first discovers something that's outrageous, like the lensing system that's hiding this, and the sun simulator. Until people start catching on, I was really just out there, just being trolled so hard, and everybody's like being so skeptical. How's it there? And so where's the real sun? It's still there. You could see this sun. Notice how white it is, by the way, what's in its sky, because the sun simulator's got the white light. The real sun is still yellow, but it's behind it in its normal distance. And it has, as the sun sets, you can take your cell phone and watch, and you begin to see the yellow sun, the original yellow sun behind it. You will actually see a yellow sun with a white dot in the middle. That's the light coming from the sun simulator.
Can I ask why? So why are they doing it? Is it because they're blocking out the regular sun, or?
One of the biggest reasons is, okay, you try and get into those halos, but our sun has been being eclipsed regularly, like a couple of times a day, and eclipses are lasting longer and more frequent, and we're seeing in the form of a dark sun halo. Now, if our sun's going to get eclipsed, how would you hide that? If you were NASA and you knew about this in 1983, how would you hide an eclipse? Now, anybody could watch these dark sun halos. We'll see a lens come up, ultra-thin lenses by JPL. I did another article on it, that they are using nanocrystals, a metastructure that was built. Anyways, these nanocrystals are not crystals, but nanopillars. When they apply voltage to it, they twist and they expand, and they get thicker. There's a whole article on JPL. As a matter of fact, you could type in ultra-thin lenses, and you'll find the article.
Is it your opinion that Nibiru or Planet X is going to eventually destroy us, and that's why they're hiding it?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say complete destruction, but the second main reason for the sun simulator is not just to hide the eclipsed sun, and now we see in the form of sun halos, the dark sun halos that first appeared in 2017, was the Nemesis star. Almost every star NASA we have are binary stars. Now, we have these two stars with two natures. One star is electric, the other is magnetic. So the dark star, the dwarf star, is magnetically charged, while our star is electric. And as it approaches reaching perigee, it's been stealing away the light properties of the light properties of our sun. So it's basically slowly dimming our sun out. We can see this on the SDO images over the last 10 years, that the sunspots are getting bigger and bigger. It's still getting off the heat, but it's not giving off the light. So they put the sun simulator in to supplement the actual light. And so, and lately in the last couple of, just like this year, according to the sun simulator patent, that they have these xenon arc lamps that are powering this thing, and they could turn this, it's not like a dimmer switch, but they turn on more of these lamps. And now that thing's firing on like all cylinders. It's probably the size of like a tennis court.
Well, it's all very wild stuff, and I understand where you're coming from with the cognitive dissonance. It's like, what do you think of flat Earth? Just from somebody who follows Nibiru and Sun Simulator, what do you think of the flat Earth theory? Just curious.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not a flat earther.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Like, what do you think of when? Because they say we have cognitive dissonance.
Right. I actually almost believed the flat Earth theory, because I was like, oh wow, that's kind of interesting. But then I look at like what it takes to travel from one continent to another, and we look at, it's such a huge distraction. It's even on the Illuminati playing cards, the flat Earth theory. And one thing that convinced me that it's not flat, there was so many unanswered questions as well, is this, like, we take like there's 180 degrees in a triangle. And yet if we put that on a flat surface, it should be 180, but that's not what we get. We get something greater than 180 degrees. And the sun simulator, a lot of flat earthers jump onto that because it plays along with that narrative. But we have the Coriolis effect and other things that are never going to be explained. And so I think that they're trying to, if the Earth is flat, there is no space, there are no planets, there's no Planet X, there's no fear, everybody go back to sleep because everything's okay. Because that's kind of how that's what the constant thing I get. There are no planets, ha ha ha, and I get like these little jokers that come on my comment. I'm like, so if there's no planets, why? I don't know. It's just a huge distraction, and to discredit truthers, because if I start saying there's a flat Earth, people would shut you down. Think about it. If I want to share the truth with you, and then I thought, oh yeah, by the way, the Earth is flat. I'm like, okay, woohoo, put our chin above, get on my face, and then you can't share the truth with people.
Then you're discredited.
You're totally discredited. You're out of it. I'm like, because I'm not going to be a nut job. Like I said, you're not a flat earther, are you, dude? Because I'll be at a campsite and I would start explaining the sun to people. I'm like, you're not a flat earther, are you? No. Don't even begin to put me there. I'm so tired of people, and I get the troll factions like, dude, so you're a flat earther. They automatically try and put me in that camp, and it really ticked off a lot of flat earthers because it was playing right along with their narrative. And I said, I'm never going to be a flat earther. It's not flat. It's a psyop. It's one of the Illuminati playing cards. The Coriolis effect alone. You're going to sit on the South Pole or below the equator. You can watch a guy on YouTube that water will flush one way, and then the guy in Ecuador, you can watch this on YouTube, he gets up on the other side of the equator and it flushes the other way. It's the Coriolis effect of people in the South Pole always see the cross, and people on the North Pole, they cannot see the North Star, and people on the North Pole, they cannot see the cross, and they can only see the North Pole. If it was a flat Earth, we should see the cross and the North Pole no matter where we're at.
I know. I don't even know why.
Distraction.
But here's the thing, Jeff P. Though I do welcome anybody with any views, and if that's what they want.
Right.
But I don't know if you've watched my show when they come into the chat. But they just come in swinging. They've never seen my show before. They'll go, "You're an idiot. You're a round head and this and that and blah 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 and you're and then they attack and they comment. They'll watch like every video for 10 videos.
How about this? Okay, it's become a religion of flat Earth. Okay, because it's so important that that the Earth is flat. When it all goes down, aren't you going to go, wow, I'm so glad that I'm aware that the flat Earth is flat. It really saved my life and my family and prepared me.
No. Yeah.
Forget about the shape of Earth. I didn't want to discuss it. It's a mute point.
I think too that
about Buddha or something is just as important, right?
Well, and then they also use the one part of the Bible that says, that the Earth did not move. It's a firmament, and that I said, I don't know.
Well,
they don't
people want
say
to
in the
bring
Bible it's a
to it.
flat Earth. They just said it does not move. You know,
You know what? Nowhere in the Bible, show me a verse and a chapter and verse where the Bible said it's a flat Earth. They want to take that word firmament and use that, and it's their definition of the word firmament. Okay, it's an expanse. Just read it. I mean, you can interpret however you want, but nowhere it says it's a flat Earth. In the book of Job, he says that God, he made the earth and he hangs the earth on nothing. Okay, it's not on pillars. I mean, it's just everybody's interpretation. It's just a huge distraction because we could be talking about so much more important stuff right now.
well, Jeff, I was
on my channel as well.
I was about to end it. I was about to end the show before my show went off. Now there's another 1,300 people watching, but I'm gonna cue my outro music and then. But I would love to chat with you offline. So I've got your number. I'll text you from my regular phone. Okay.
Okay. Well, you want to talk? Normally, I'd be sleeping this hour, so I had lost 2 hours of sleep just to be on your live show because it's like 3:30 in the morning over here.
No. I'm saying tomorrow or something. Unless you want to talk, we can.
Oh yeah. Call me. You know, whenever you're available, man, just give me a call.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna end the show, and I am gonna take one more call because there's somebody who's been trying to call this whole time. But then I'm gonna end my show. If you did want to talk for a couple minutes afterwards, we can.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
When you're on with the show, and we'll kind of talk about.
Okay, it will just be about
whatever you want to talk about.
5 or 8 minutes or so.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. All right. By the way, I want to say thank you to J-Rock Thieberoo. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Love your work, Marv. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then Sarah McBride, the same one because it's spelled the same. Sarah, thank you for donating to Streamlabs, which I believe I don't think they take anything. So thank you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how people figure out to do that, but thank you for the spread of info. Thank you for all of the people who call in and share their experiences. And then she says, tag where we go one, we go all. Let's see. That is not the right one. What's going on here? It's dialing out. Arc. I was trying to get in that one call because they have literally called in the entire show. Otherwise, I would have actually just ended it. Last chance for that number. Hello, you are live on Marfugal TV.
Hey, what's going on, Adam?
Hey, what's going on? What's your name and where are you from?
This is actually Too Smooth. I talked to you before, like a week or so ago. I've actually been trying to get a hold of you because of the channel that I have isn't under that name. It's under a different name. But have you heard of Li-Fi technology?
Li-Fi?
Yeah, L-I-F-I.
No, let's look it up.
Actually, I did a small video on it. I did a video on a bunch of this stuff. But,
so, am I, what is it, Too Smooth?
Yeah, it's not under that, though. Just type in monitoring through lights, and it'll pull up the video. Actually, I was watching the other night when when the SkyNet thing came up, so I actually recorded that intro video and put it up there too, so that people could see it. That's pretty intriguing.
Okay, but so monitoring through lights.
Yeah. THRU.
Oh, okay.
I'll say the help.
Spelled
That's
the
channel
short.
I actually.
It's spelled the short way. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, honestly, I don't care about copyright from these companies, so I actually have their introduction video on there as well. So, but I also cover AI. That Jordy Rose that we talked about a while ago. I did a couple videos on that too, but yeah, you should check that out. It's pretty crazy. So they can connect through LED lighting directly to your devices. And that Jeff P that just called in, you were asking him why you think he put up the simulator. So I'm wondering if this technology is like integrated into that. So, I mean, what better way to, like, dial into everybody's devices than through the sun?
Wait a second. So they're saying that the light is reading off of, or it's connecting to something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It connects, it's just like Wi-Fi, but it's through LED lights.
Oh, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Are you guys seeing this?
This has been around for a while, man. I've been trying to get a hold of you for like a week about this. I think I emailed you about it too, but there's descriptions or links in my description to where I found all this. But
do you guys see this? Like, where is our planet going?
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, right?
So they're saying that these LEDs, these LED light emitting diodes, can actually
Yes. Yeah.
light visible communications.
You know how you drive down the street and you look at all the street lights and they're LED and they're flat, but on the top of it, there's like a little round bubbles on them and they look like transmitters to me. But if you keep playing that video, I show you a light bulb that I have actually in my bathroom that it's really suspect. I'm about to pull it up right. It's delayed, but the base of that light bulb is plastic. Like, I was thinking about breaking it open to see if there's like transmitting devices. So apparently how it works is each one of these have an IP address. So when your device is around it, it automatically scans through your device and transmits out through the IP address on the actual light.
Well, that's just an LED light bulb, but what you're saying is that they might be selling this. They might be selling the people these light bulbs and then accessing their computers through it.
Anything, yeah, anything. Well, that's why I was saying.
Oh my God, this blows my mind right now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? The whole light bulb that is plastic, right? So if you look at the base of it, though, there's not light coming through. Like there's possibly, I mean, come on, how big of a chip do you need for an IP address or transmitting? I mean, look at these little cameras that they have out, pen cameras, and yeah, I got some pretty good videos in there.
I love it too, Smooth. Do you realize what this means? So now that everybody is like, oh, we don't want normal light bulbs, we want LED.
Dude, SkyNet, yeah.
Low voltage.
SkyNet behind this.
Imagine
SkyNet.
They can hack into your stuff through your light bulbs. You're like, oh no,
yeah.
I don't have any Wi-Fi in my house. I don't have any of that. But if you buy one of their LED light bulbs, it will be able to get into your phone. Oh my God, that's
why they did that big transition, 10 years ago, to get rid of incandescence and was telling everybody, purchase LED, it's green friendly, it's, so they did that big dump. Well, how long ago was that? Like 8 years ago when they were really pushing LEDs to get everybody to, they were saying it was green friendly, and remember that?
Yeah.
So now, like, if you get a incandescent light bulb and they burn out in like a week. So you got to keep buying them. So eventually you just give in and get LED. But
well, hey man, that's awesome.
There's another video that I'd like you to just take. You don't have to play it, but it's on that same channel, and it has to do with Ebola and Zika, dude. There's a website you can go to, a company. It's ATTC. And I don't really want to talk about it on your show. That's why I did a video on it, because I don't know. I'm still learning, you know, safe words and everything, what you can use. My first video is actually about the Smith Mundant. I had to pull my audio on it because of what I was saying. But I talked to you that one night and you pulled it up. The reason why you couldn't find the correct one is because it's under Smith Mundant Modernization Act 2012. And the other caller that called you, like, I think it was last night or the night before, was talking about it. Is because you have to type it in a certain way to find the amendments they did to that bill, which allows the government to use propaganda through movies, social media, internet. And that bill was remoderized May of 2012 by good old Obama.
Yeah, no, I think so. You just helped me. I gotta get doing some stuff on my main channel. So I really appreciate you doing this. So thank you for calling in.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
All right,
I'll email you. I mean, I come across all kinds of stuff.
All right. Well, good night. Oh, I think I tapped it too early. No, too smooth. By the way, I really appreciate that call. I think that that's mind blowing. Do you guys realize that? I have heard of people doing communications through light, but I mean, do you realize how big that would be? Oh, through an LED. We all buy the LED light bulbs now. They're brighter. They take less energy, they look better. Oh man, and we all have Wi-Fi. They could tap in through your light bulbs, man. Oh, that's craziness. All right, let's see. All right, guys. I want to say I love you. It says only a half an hour, but we've actually been on for about almost 3. Hendrix 01249, thank you. Elaine Sykes, Fit Miss Kitty, Paul Burke, Aaron Spencer, thank you guys. Again, Sarah, thank you for donating to Streamlabs. I love it. All right, peace out, guys. I'm gonna go chat with Jeff P. Probably gonna do some collabs with him as well. So thank you, guys. Now I can go to my evil lab. Ooh. Thank you, BOD, Cynthia Amoroso, D Couch, Happy Quails, and Anna Atur, Mad Couch and a Mad River Cannabis, Crystal Luna, and the Hannabis, Jeff P, thank you guys. Chuck the Canuck, love ya. Strawberry Skies Forever, love ya. J-Rock, Theo Baraka Durakadu, KMSL, I'm from Louisiana, and it's pronounced Thibodeau. I just thought it was funny the way you said it, so wanted you to know the right way. Well, thank you, J-Rock, Thibodeau Arakarix. Thank you guys for sharing my stuff. Always doing those thumbs up. Always above 1,000. Thank you. That means You love me, and I really appreciate it. Lauren loves Jesus. I love Jesus too. Thank you. Thibodeau Rockabruce. Good night. Be safe. Be prepared. And Marf out.